left side, but just, the trees are just stripped and broken off at the top. It's,
Alright.
it's really, really.
Okay, it is 3:30. Let's get this committee started. Got a long agenda ahead of us, you guys.
Okay.
So, please take note that all members are present. And with that, could I get someone to take a look at the minutes? It's gonna have to be you, Brown.
My motion approved, minutes of this.
Okay, we got a proper motion in place. All those in favor, please state by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. All right, motion passes. At this point in time, we will open it up for public comment. Is anybody here from the public? Does not look like it, so we will provide that opportunity if anybody does show up. So we have one discussion action item, and that is budget priorities for fiscal year 2024 to 2025. Anybody have anything they want to bring to us?
So, thank you, Mr. Chairman. You know, last year, the budget priority was the Advanced Peace Initiative. I think we need to continue with that as a budget priority to ask for support. But I also, one of the budget priorities, I think, has to be, you know, the hiring of a DEI coordinator. I know they're doing that, they're in the process, but for diversity, equity, diversity, and inclusion, to have that DEI coordinator be incorporated into the hiring process, because I don't think they are at this point. So, and I don't know how that works, but, you know, one of the priorities, I think, is just to, you know, to hire a DEI coordinator and to make sure that that coordinator is involved in the hiring of staff, to make sure that we have a qualified, diverse population that works in the city of Lansing.
Okay, and along with that, I know Guadalupe Ayala, I think is what her name was.
Yes.
She was the DEI director, so she's no longer with the city.
Right.
She got another job, nice position. Congratulations, Guadalupe.
Yeah.
And so they are running a process to hire a new DEI coordinator.
Okay, because I know that back in, oh boy, I want to say it was June or July, we asked for an update from the mayor's committee, and we were told we were going to get one provided to us in October, so I'm assuming that hopefully we get a new coordinator in place and we can get an update from that committee, but that's something I wanted to see exactly what they were doing and if we're on the right track.
And then just to clarify, when I'm costing everything out, this would be a separate position than that DEI person in the administration that you're talking about, right, Councilmember Spitzley?
It's whoever, we don't have one now, so I would like them to fill that position, but.
Right, but it's still budgeted, basically.
Yes,
Would this
it's
be
an
a new
existing.
budgeted
No,
position?
okay, I get it.
Yeah, that's what my,
Okay.
that's what I
It's
was saying.
existing.
It's in HR.
Because what you described, if I can speak, Chair, is what they should already be doing, so.
Yep, they're not.
Right, so if we're talking about
So
budget.
do we need to we need to have somebody that is, that has a DEI role in HR. So I don't know if the coordinator, if that, because I know that Guadalupe was not doing that.
Right.
So, do we, we need to have somebody in HR
Okay.
that makes sure that we have, that our applicant pool is a qualified, diverse applicant pool. That's my concern. So that, I would like a budget.
So like a separate position that would.
Or
be
they could
housed in
have
HR.
somebody, someone in HR.
Coordinate with the hiring specialist.
Yeah. And it could be the existing DEI person, but HR needs to have that person.
Okay, so at the very least, some budget for
Yeah.
either part of that person would come out of
Yeah,
HR or
yeah.
it would be a new
Yeah,
person.
that would be correct.
Okay, got it. And
Right.
then,
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
and also just in case it's helpful for the advanced piece portion, the FY24 budget does currently have 300,000 for
Mhm.
advanced piece, so
Okay.
just so you guys are aware of that, obviously that can still stay. I don't know if you would want that to be higher than that, or if you just want to say, you know, publicly say your support for it, but just a note.
Yeah, I was gonna bring that up too, is that I know when we had them do their presentation, they talked about additional staff needs. So I didn't know if we wanted to address that here or not. If the current funding is at 300,000, they kind of indicated that they had about 4 or 5 additional positions that were in need. I think they were called neighborhood activists, something.
I think they were looking to get a $1 million grant. They were looking at grants and stuff to do that, to expand that.
Supposedly they're getting one from Melissa's Locken for $500,000.
Yeah, and then they were looking at something else, but for this one, it says council asked the administration to focus the budget allocations to fully fund the city portion. So that 300,000 that you're saying, is that fully funds the city's portion, the city's obligation, or no?
Yes, as far as I know, but I think that is the same amount they've been getting in the past. So I don't think it was increased at all this year.
That's all I have. I don't really have anything else for budget priorities.
Do you have anything to add, sir?
No, I mean, I guess advanced piece is public safety, but I mean, from their presentation, if they're effective, I think that we should support them. But this is diversity, equity, inclusion. So I mean, I agree that we need to, excuse me, you know, as far as the diversity, equity, inclusion, we had that position filled. So if that position was continually filled and wasn't meeting, I guess, the expectation, then we should be looking at expanding upon, you know, that, if I can say, service in the city. And then if there's not an employee there currently, and we're just saying they need to fill that position, then we're kind of we're not making any momentum in my mind as far as diversity, equity, inclusion in the city. I know that the former DEI officer, I thought was going to have a plan. To your point, we haven't seen it. And then, you know, is one person really able to, I guess, embrace the entire city in their work without administrative team or additional support staff? So that would be my comment.
I think as we look at,
Excuse me.
you know, equity, diversity, and inclusion, I think, you know, we have the coordinator has been looking inward, and I think that's fine. You know, and you know, she's provided great statistics, and they've done some training, and I think that's great. But again, you know, for me, if you don't have anybody, you know, that you're bringing, you know, that you're making sure that we're doing all we can to have a diverse applicant pool, which is why we need somebody there. And so having budget priorities that say you either, you know, use that person and provide budget for that person to do it, or you, you know, contract out, or not contract out, but you carve out dollars in HR to have somebody do that. One of their HR specialists focus on equity, diversity, and inclusion in you know, looking at applications for positions. I mean, the goal is to have a workforce that reflects, you know, the city of Lansing. And that's all I have.
Yeah, I don't have anything further to add either, so. Okay, do we have anything under other?
I don't have anything at this point.
Okay, not seeing anybody else from the public, I would say we are adjourned at 3:39.
All right, is that quick enough for you, Mr. Booth? Because we did.
It's 5 minutes longer than I thought.
You guys are great, just fine.